Hi, welcome to Crisco's Corner. Proud to live in the greatest country in the world. Unfiltered opinions, no PC discussion here. Agree, disagree, hate it, love it, it's all good. Sit back and enjoy some unfiltered commentary. We discuss politics, culture, interviews, and more. Your comments are always welcome. Please help the channel by hitting that subscribe button. Doesn't cost a thing. And as always, thanks for your support. Project Veritas CNN recording. Cubans in Florida voting for Trump is terrifying. This is Project Veritas, where they've been taping for almost 2 months now. The morning meetings amongst all the big shots, including Zuck and CNN, and how they can manipulate and help the Democrats. Just as always suspected, but it's just nice to hear it on audio tape. Project Veritas has released audio of an individual identified as CNN's Cynthia Hudson. Project Veritas has been releasing recordings of CNN's 9 a.m. editorial phone calls, and in one of them, a woman who Project Veritas identified as Cynthia Hudson seemed to describe the idea of Cubans in Florida voting for President Trump as terrifying. Trump has used the communism, socialism rhetoric as part of his hook for the Cubans in Miami, and how that resonated with how the Biden team has not done enough to counter that, Hudson said. That's not up to her. It's a news organization. But I digress. It's amazing to me. Hudson, the senior vice president and managing director of CNN in Espanol and Hispanic strategy for CNN US, said in a September 9th, 2020 recording, she's the only reason they were supporting Trump is because that Biden is a socialist narrative. And that narrative and the fact that, sadly, I have to say, there's a population that are attracted to bullies. Hudson said no one is countering it properly in Florida. The Cubans are going to vote for Trump, and that's terrifying. She added that she believed there was a way to counter the narrative in Florida if that is not being taken care of. That is not her job. But she says it is now because she works indirectly for the Democratic National Committee. And here's the problem. Everybody knows it, just like everybody knows about the ballots. It's unbelievably obvious. Everyone knows about it. Everyone knows about it. Unbelievable. But it's nice to have it on audio tape. The CNN Communications Twitter account on Tuesday responded to a tweet containing a video in which Project Veritas founder and CEO James O'Keefe phoned in a CNN call. Legal experts say this may be a felony. We're referring it to law enforcement. The tweet from CNN Communications stated, "You know what you didn't see? You know what you didn't get? You didn't get the fact that it's true, because it's incredibly obvious it is. They have been working against Trump and the Republicans as a news organization, just like Twitter and Facebook, CNN, MSNBC, ABC, CBS, NBC, you name it. They've been working hand in glove with the Democratic National Committee. She says they're going to redo Biden's message to the Cubans in Florida. And she's head of, I believe it was En Espanol for CNN. You got to be kidding me. That's a strategy meeting. If you had not known it was CNN and you just heard the audio tape and you said that was the DNC morning meeting talking strategy, you would have believed it easily. You would have thought for certain that was a DNC and the morning meeting doing strategy for the upcoming presidential election. If you see the date on that, it was in early September of this year. Why is that happening? Why aren't these people... CNN has been up for sale for a while by AT&T. And after this, their worth is going to plummet. It was in a crapper already. Now it's just worse. These guys are in their death throes. Granted, all news organizations have leaned left. I'm 64. I remember when I was a kid, Walter Cronkite. He was a lefty. But you know what, though? At least he made the appearance that he wasn't. And in fact, at one time, he was considered the most trusted journalist in the United States. Because he gave most of the time, he gave both sides. Unbelievable how far they've fallen. MSNBC might even be worse. And now it looks like Trump's going to be gone. Okay, you're the dog chasing the car down the street. And you finally caught the car. Now what? The dog just stands there and looks at the car and goes, what do I do now? These guys are screwed. And I'm not sure if they know it yet or not. They're rejoicing because the wicked witch is dead. They killed the monster. Well, okay, guys. You killed the monster. Maybe not. What you've done is you've awoken millions of people and you've PO'd tens of millions of people. I was on Walmart.com just for fun looking for Trump 2024 flags. $36 a piece, which is pretty pricey for a 3x5 flag. And they're sold out. My understanding, I did some checking. There was over 300,000 in stock, I think they said. And they're gone. And it's not even, it's just early December. This was the end of November when I looked it up. That means there's a ton of PO'd people. A ton. What Trump has done, he's exposed the neocon Republicans in the Senate, in the House. He's and all the agencies. He's exposed the progressives and leftists that infiltrate all the agencies in government. He's exposed the Democrats are what they truly are. Now, they've always been that way, but they are now. They've evolved into these monsters that will do anything and say anything. When a sitting member of Congress in an interview asks if she thinks, AOC, if the President of the United States is racist, she goes, oh, yeah. Like a matter of fact, Joe Biden, during a debate, if you can call it that, with President Trump, called him a racist right to his face. Those things were out of bounds at one time. These people have no shame. They don't care. They will say and do anything to win. And God help us all. God help us all if they win in Georgia in January next month. The Republic will be in serious crisis. We've been there before. We've been to the edge of the cliff. And we've looked over the cliff. And we've managed to survive. Civil War comes to mind. Where over 600,000 soldiers died on both sides. All Americans. By today's standards, that would be 6 million, by the way, by the same percentage. Give you an idea. Make COVID look like a joke. Look like an asterisk. I mean, just an afterthought on crises in the United States, the fall of the stock market. It's something that's coming. I pray, I really do for our republic. And these guys have been just monsters when it comes to trying to be the most trusted name in news. Remember that one? I think they still use it. People have no shame. You look up hypocrites in the dictionary, and most of their pictures are there. Anyway, folks, look on YouTube. Project Veritas has their own YouTube page, and they're slowly, in drips and drabs, letting out some of the audio. And be interesting to see, let them get their lawyers. My understanding as far as Project Veritas goes, every time they've gone to court, they've won every single case, every time. We'll see what happens in this one. Well, until next time, folks, goodbye and good luck.